Devils hold on. They get a 3-2 win back in the win column. They're now 5-1-2. Very respectable record now as they get to hit the road for the next 7. What's your big take from this game, Bryce? They needed the 2 points first and foremost.
Yes, they needed the win. After the game against Nashville, they needed to come out and get the 2 points tonight. And I thought the penalty kill was excellent. It was really important at the beginning of the game and then at the start of the third period, like we talked about. Without the penalty kill, keeping them off the scoreboard at that opportunity, I think the Devils would have found themselves in a much tougher game earlier on.
And the key was Keith Kinkaid early on, made some big saves. 12 noon start time, I think, had to be difficult for both clubs, right, to stay engaged, stay focused, and usually takes a little time to get going. But the Devils on the penalty kill in particular were sharp. I mean, they were in the lanes, they were assertive, they made sure they were anticipating where the pucks were going, and yes, when you need your goaltender, he came up big there. Because this game could have been out of reach early. When I say out of reach, you fall behind a couple of goals, Bryce. Tough to chase the game, especially in an early afternoon game. But it was 0-0 till late in the first, and the Devils were lucky maybe to be up 1-0 after 1.
Yes, because Florida had a lot of high danger scoring chances, and we see Keith here fighting the puck, the second and third effort to not get pushed into his net there. And so you got to give Florida lots of credit. They stayed in this game all the way. The score wasn't necessarily indicative of what it was going through the first 2 periods. And there again, I talked about the odd man rushes we saw. We're going through that right here. The breakaway here, which was a big save. You know, Keith caused Trocheck there to mishandle because he didn't give up the lower part of the ice there. And like I said, Keith was good, like he's been so far this season, and he keeps giving the Devils chances every night to walk away with some points.
Do you believe a guy can be more dialed in when he knows that his competition for playing time is likely just days away from rejoining the team? I'm kind of serious about this because he still wants to be a big part of this when Corey comes back.
I think that might be a little part of it, Kanji, but the maturation of Keith Kinkaid, I think that's the bigger factor here in his game and being consistent. And he was razor sharp right from the get-go, and he had to be, because we talked about the Devils taking those penalties, and it happens. I liked a lot of the Devils' game, a lot of parts of their game. Was it perfect? No. This is a good Florida Panther team that has kind of been snake-bitten to start the season. You mentioned, which is mind-boggling, they have not won a game in regulation yet this season. They've outplayed a lot of their opponents. They've got a lot of skill. They're a team that everybody thinks is going to take that next step. So for the Devils to weather the storm, kill those penalties, get big saves, and then capitalize on goals of their own. And that's what they need, led by the top line again. They're going to need secondary scoring because the chances were there for the secondary guys. And then finally, Blake Coleman buried one.
Let's talk about the top line, and in particular, Taylor Hall. You heard from him moments ago with Erica Wachter. He scores his second goal today. The assists are coming at a better rate than the goals. What is that indicative of? The fact that Palmieri's at a hot stick, or is Hall looking to pass first? Because I don't see that.
Yes, well, not only is he passing, he's winning faceoffs too. And the thing about Taylor Hall is because he's such a smart hockey player, he understands that Kyle Palmieri's got a hot stick. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to make the passes. I'm going to make the plays to try to keep him going. And I love how Nico Hischier wins that battle, which sets this up for Kyle to make that beautiful pass there. But without Nico Hischier winning that battle and protecting it, that goal doesn't happen. But Taylor Hall said it down, all right? He's like, you know what? Palms has got the hot stick right now. I'm not going to be selfish because my chances are going to come.
That line creates so many scoring opportunities. Taylor Hall, plenty of assists. The goals will come in bunches. Got one tonight. Could have had a few. He's hit post during the season. I agree with you, Kenji. Yeah, maybe he defers to passing every once in a while, or prefers to pass every once in a while because Palms has the hot stick. But he's hit some posts. He's shooting the puck, getting his
couple
chances.
Breakaways.
That line just generates so much offense, and they are the key to the Devils getting the offensive flow going, getting the game going on in the right tempo because of their ability to control the play, control the puck.